All right, it's a decades-old tool that can make all of the difference when a storm hits and the power goes out. News 12 Long Island's Rich Barabi was in Lindenhurst today getting a lesson of his own in ham radio operating.
Today at Babylon Town Hall in Lindenhurst, these guys aren't tuning into sports talk radio or their favorite classic rock station.
Whiskey 2, Tango Oscar Bravo.
Instead, they're talking with people over the airwaves near and far, in some cases, very far.
I did actually make a successful contact while I was fueling up my truck with the International Space Station.
These men are amateur or ham radio operators with the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club. Today they are participating in their annual field day event. John Melfi is the group's president.
We are able to operate off the grid.
Ham radio is a hobby for these folks, but it's also a call to action. You see, when landlines fall and cell phone calls drop, amateur radio operators step up as volunteers. Babylon Town Supervisor Rich Schaefer says they really played an important role during Superstorm Sandy.
The police and the fire rescue personnel were relying on them to help us provide that vital communication.
Now, the gray sky brings with it the threat of rain and wind for tonight, and the guys here say that's a concern. But they also say they're equipped to handle it. After all, they're used to protecting their equipment during storms and natural disasters. In those cases, you can't exactly just pack it all up and call it a day.
Yeah, we know how to take care of the equipment and keep it away from harm's way.
On this day, we found Tom Doyle of Kings Park. He was operating an amateur radio for the first time in over 20 years. He's a little rusty, but he's happy to be back in action. For fun, but also to learn a new and potentially important skill.
Yeah, it's something I would like to do.
In Lindenhurst, Rich Barabi, News 12 Long Island.